Yeah, we're on, man. We're recording. What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Alright, welcome back, guys. I'm here with my good friend Daniel. Welcome to the channel. Damn. What were you saying? I thought you said it well. No. What's up, man?
What's up, man? We're on?
Yeah.
We're on, man. All right.
What up, guys? Welcome to our channel. My name's Skyler. This is my boy Daniel.
Yo, what's up, guys? Thank you guys for watching. Let's get to it, man.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 11. I got my boy Daniel here.
What's up, guys? Thank you guys for watching again. Man, another episode, another week, man.
Yes, sir. So we're here on episode 11. Like we said, we've been having some great ideas of things that we wanted to bring to you guys. But we're kind of struggling a little bit, trying to figure out what's the right path. What sucks, because I feel like sometimes we're always like, we're trying so hard to do something. We're trying to like get the views. We're trying to get something. And it just feels like we try so hard and then it either falls through or doesn't live up to our expectations. So I want to like dive in on that with you if you're okay with it, because I think that it's just tough. I hate the feeling that we try so hard and then, or we want to do something and it just doesn't really line up the way we want it to. Mm-hmm. And in reality, like, we just really want it so bad, I think, and we have to like take that step back. But to that note, I want to know, like, you know, some of your thoughts.
Yeah, man. I mean, it is tough, right? Because obviously, I mean, I'm always watching podcasts, interviews, fucking TikTok. I'm always on social media, and I'm always seeing like the views, the likes, and all the following. And obviously, that's what we're aiming for, right? For our experiences, our podcast to get to as many people as possible, and then we don't get not even 100 likes or views and shit, then that's when it kind of like throws us off and we start thinking like, okay, maybe we're doing it wrong, maybe we're not. But at the same time, I tell myself like, okay, we got to be patient, you know. We have to not care about that and then just focus on what we're doing now.
Yeah, we try, but I just feel like we were just always back and forth. It's funny because we're just back and forth, like, oh, who's gonna post this today? And then you post it, and then you get 1.4 thousand freaking, you know. And then I'm just like, how the hell did we do that? Yeah. You know? And it's like hell yeah, we think we're ready to go, and then the next one you get 23 views, and you're just like, so
how did we go from 1.4 to 23?
Like, I was gonna say, Mama, I made it. I was gonna send the text out.
No, I mean, I think like, this is. Like, we have to enjoy the journey, right? Like, what we're doing. I know it's hard, dude, because obviously I believe we talked about this already, where like I see 20-year-old driving my dream car, and I'm just like, wow, I'm about to be 29 and they're 20. What the hell is going on here, you know? But at the same time, I don't want to like just be like so like desperate or like kind of like just want now, because what comes easy goes out easily as well. You know what I mean? So I guess we just have to keep being patient and keep throwing content out there. I know once we start maybe bringing in guests, then things will change. Yeah, it'll be more interesting for us because now we have a third person that we could learn from, you know, and then from there we could just grow by learning from them. So I think it's going to be very beneficial, and not just for us, but like for the audience too, you know, because I have a lot of questions with business owners, but like those small, stupid questions that not everyone is asking on the interviews I see. So I'm just ready.
Or that they're too scared to ask, or they think it's a dumb question. I feel like the biggest question I always see is like, how did you make your first million? They ask like these crazy things and they're like, oh yeah, so simple, and they give you like a simple answer.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah,
but it's not like that. Yeah, it's tough. It's so hard. It's tough. It's like mind-boggling because we constantly go back and forth with trying to figure out how to get views or how to say the right thing sometimes. And one of the biggest things that like we struggled with, or that I'm struggling with, is, and part of this whole thing was trying to get the audio right, trying to get the video right, and every episode has something else that I'm like just like frustrated about. But if we were given it so easy, which I thought it was going to be a little easier on that side, then we wouldn't have those learning curves where we actually like we grow. And enjoying the process is also enjoying, like, you know, the curveballs that come with it, even no matter how frustrating they are. Just, you know, it's a learning lesson every single day or every single week, you know, because we're on week 11. So we're already 3 months in. Almost.
So, damn.
Almost 3 months. And yeah, next week will be week 12. So that's, that's 3 months. And that's wild.
It is.
Because it's 3 months just passed by so quick. It's just like our 100 burpee challenge. We're going to be I think we're on day 30 in like a day or two.
Yeah. 28 today.
28 today, right? So it's just like, it's one of those things, like time goes by so fast when you're so like focused in and zoned in on it. But it's frustrating to find out that you thought that, you said something that was important, or you thought that you said something that was inspiring, or some of that nature, like, because that's, it's not like we're trying to, but like when you're watching it back, like, oh, that was actually pretty good. And you put it out there and then 12 views. Yeah. 0 comments. No one cares. They just fucking scroll. Average watch time, 10 seconds, like less. And the clip is only it's like freaking 10 seconds too, but whatever. But it's just like, I look at those things and I'm just like, how do we engage people better? And I guess with time, we'll figure that out. I'm hoping that we find our niche, because it's frustrating to the fullest, man, just to like go week in and week out. And sometimes we'll like get more views, and sometimes we lack on views, and it's just maybe the algorithm or whatever. But maybe we keep pushing, like you said. But I think it's always going to be back in the back of our head. We want to be better. We want to like put our message out there. So we're constantly analyzing everything. At the same time, we're enjoying the process. We still have our human side of us saying, "Give it to me now."
Yeah,
give it to me now, Daniel. So. I don't know.
No, that's crazy, bro, because I'm sure it happens to everyone, right? I'm sure there's like people out there who are starting their career, their business, and they want the results now. It happened to me when I started like my luxury rentals, and now it's slow. It's kind of like dying down, and I'm just like, no, I can't let this happen, And I want it to be booked 24/7, but in reality, that's not how it works. If you look at every single successful YouTuber or content creator or even a business owner, I'm sure like if you ask, the first maybe year was slow, and that's the difference between people who died off and them. They continue to do it regardless of the success they had, regardless of bookings, regardless of views. So now I guess we just have to keep doing it. And try not to focus so much on the views, because obviously we do want them. The point is not even just to brag about the views, but to make a difference on people, because I know my story.
We want to hit the viewers, our story. Yeah, like you said. Yeah. The story needs to get out there. So we're trying to like show it to more people. And it kind of sucks when you have like a really good message. Yes. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you have that short message that you want to give. And then only 200, like knowing that only 200 people saw it, like, damn, like, yes, it's up there at all times, but then it's like, that's a good message. Like, imagine that message, like, reach like thousands, hundreds of thousands, just to, like, help you think. So, it's not just the views, but it is a little bit about it, because the viewers know that for us, we know that it reached enough people that maybe it helped someone, right? Yeah. So, sorry about.
No, I get. And I mean, that's really the goal, just to get people to kind of, like, relate and see that they're not alone, like we have said, right? It's us. I feel like our stories could be relatable to a lot of individuals, especially like in the neighborhoods that we're growing up with the parents that we had, the siblings that we have. So it's just, I'm sure what we have, it could benefit a lot of people.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's the whole purpose why we started this, right? We want to share something, give back. It seems like small. It doesn't seem like we're giving a lot back, because all we're doing is talking. But it makes a difference, because all it takes, you never know who's watching it. All it takes is, that one message that they hear, and it changes their trajectory on life. Because I know that for me, like for a fact, me growing up, I can remember certain things where I had things like define me and make me choose left or right. As a kid, making the wrong decisions, like calling my godmother freaking fat once. Like, oh, look at that flabby. You look fat. Like, unknowingly, because you don't have a filter as a kid. And I was probably like in fourth or fifth grade, and she like was so hurt by it, and I just don't understand. And then so the dad had to like reach out to me and say, hey, look you shouldn't be saying that, blah, blah, this is not right. Please go apologize to her and say you're sorry, because, you shouldn't be saying that to her. And I remember that moment as clear as day because it changed me. I was like, damn, maybe that is not nice to say. But and as a kid, that's kind of where it starts clicking. Like certain things like that, like you have your life-changing moments where you have that one mess, someone sits you down, talks to you, and it changes your trajectory because you're like, okay, I could have been a shitty kid, or I could, if I didn't care about that, like, oh, I don't care, I'm not gonna say sorry. Like that's who I was gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, all the lessons, right? All the experiences, all the struggles that, because I can remember a lot of things as a kid too that I'm just like, damn, that wasn't nice, or like, fuck, that made me think the way I think now. Even if it was like back in fucking elementary school,
exactly.
Dude. Like, it's crazy how we even talked about it last episode where the lessons that you try to teach your kid and the lessons I try to teach my little sister, it goes back to the same thing. It's just we just have to, since we've been there already, we just want to pass it on for people who are watching and people who are around us, really, just to make better decisions and to grow, really, because it's all about growing and being better.
Yeah, it's those defining moments that change us, like it's going to pretty much define the person you're going to be. Are you going to be the shitty person or are you going to be the good person? And you don't know until you hear that message. You don't know until you look back on it like, I could have, been I could have not cared what people thought. I could have, said what I wanted to say. Oh, they're just too soft, But as you grow older and as you learn these lessons, to be a better person, you have to take an account for people's feelings, just because it's true, just because you may think that your opinion, everything doesn't mean you have to say it. And like, if you really think that you have to say it and is that important, then I guess by all means, but for the most part, it's not. As long as you know the truth, or like in your heart what's right, then that's kind of what you should be focusing on, not focusing on other people and what you don't like about them, because I don't like that whole judgment thing like that we all do, and it's all engraved into us. We all have like some little bit of judgment, some more than others, and I'm constantly working on that because I feel like I can be driving and I'll have a judgment thought about something or about someone, and I'm just like, damn. Sometimes I'll let this story, like I'll create a story in my head and I'm judging, going through. After 5 minutes, I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, why am I even thinking about this whole story? It's not even real. It's make believe. And I was just like, damn, there's a whole lot of judgment going on right there, Then you just sit back, say, forgive me. I forgive myself for having the thoughts. It's not my fault. We're pre-programmed.
Yeah, 100%. That's actually what I was gonna say. That's how we were programmed, right? Like, why are we so judgy? Because I hear my family, my parents judge the neighbor just because whatever she's doing. Like, we, like I said last time, we all have our own story and our own struggles. We don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not gonna call someone. I mean, it's let me get there. Let me get there. Get there. It's tough because the facts are the facts. Correct. If somebody asks me like, what's your opinion? I'm gonna let loose, and it's up to you how you take it. You ask for my opinion, I'm gonna tell you like, dude, you're fat, you're lazy, you don't do this, you should start doing this. But I'll give you like the solution because that's my opinion. Yeah. But that's the fact though. The fact is that you're fat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the fact is that you don't watch what you eat. That's why you're unhealthy. That's why you're going to the doctor 24/7. Or that's the fact. Yeah. So I'm not judging the person because maybe they're weak-minded and they can resist the urge to eat fucking junk food. Yeah. That's okay. I'm not judging that side, but the fact is that you're fat and you just gotta be stronger. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a little complicated topic because nowadays, like we mentioned, people are soft because they know the truth. That's why they're softies, like if I know I didn't do right on that sale or that business, and if you're telling me like, oh, you fucking suck, I'm gonna be all like sensitive because I know it's a fact. But instead of me being sensitive, I'm fucking, you know what? I'll succeed on the next one. I'll be better on the next one. Like once you're on the ground, there's no other way but up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So again, it's a topic that I tell like, like my family know already not to, like if they're gonna ask me something, I'm gonna let it go. Sometimes they don't even ask. They don't ask for my opinion, truth, because sometimes just waiting for them, like, to tell me, what do you think, Daniel? Like, come on.
I had this packed up. Yeah, dude. So letting loose on everyone is like, yeah. That's why you have to wait for their, like, if they ask your opinion, hey, be ready for it, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I hold that shit in. I'm just like, But I try to say it in the nice way possible, and sometimes I won't say it in a nice way, but it sucks. And we have to do better on that. Because it's like, if you know that person's sensitive, then maybe you shouldn't be saying it too like rough, or word it correctly where they don't feel like they're being attacked. Because if they're asking for your help, like, oh, what do you think I should do? Especially with like weight loss and stuff like that, you have to be so sensitive because it could deter them the wrong way. So, and in other ways, it's like, do I tell them the truth, or do I say the truth but like kind of sugarcoat it?
Yeah. No, it's crazy, bro, because you have to know like how the person is, you know, like if you know them personally, like we're friends, like I'll tell you straight up the fact, because I want you to be better, you know, because again, like my inner circle, I want them to be better, and I'm gonna tell you how it is. If it's a stranger, obviously, you know, I'm gonna come like the nice way, but I'm gonna tell them the fact. Yeah, you know, and it all depends I guess how close you are to that person. True. Obviously, you're not gonna go in fucking rude. Respectfully, you're not eating properly, you're not exercising, therefore that's why you're overweight. Yeah, what are we gonna do about it? Here we go. But is there ever, because sometimes when they say, oh, you already thought about it, so might as well say it, like, do you just always, like, let's say, I don't know, dude, it's hard, because I am with you where like people are sensitive and that want to come in the nice way, but I'm also not, because the fact is a fact. And I guess maybe because people were just straight up with me, that's why, I guess, you know.
Same here. Yeah, to me it's the same thing. Like, we're just, you know, there's in our family, we don't sugarcoat anything. It's just straight, you know, your opinions and your opinion, like, and it doesn't mean anything. We have different opinions on a lot of matters, you know. My parents, me, my siblings, we all have different opinions, right? But we don't get hurt by the opinions. We were just like, okay, if you don't agree with it, totally fine. We just state our opinions and we let it go at that. And the rare case that it gets like into an argument or gets into like a conversation is when someone doesn't like what you're thinking and then takes it personal. Yeah. Versus just like, no, hold back. That's your opinion. That's okay to have, but it doesn't define my opinion. And this is how I think. And you're supposed to let it go at that. 2 opinions, and that's pretty much it. There's no that's where the common ground is supposed to be. The moment you take it personal, you're taking their opinion personal because they don't agree with you, then that's when you're like, okay, like, do we continue the conversation or do we stop it? Because now what you're doing, instead of just taking my opinion, like I said, now you're reflecting on it, saying, okay, well, you don't agree with me, and I don't agree with you, and now I'm going to attack you on your beliefs and your thoughts because I don't think it's right. And in some cases, that's fine to do. In others, it's you know, I don't think it really works out really well, because then you become an argument. But I think you just have to, like, just, when you sugarcoat it, it's pretty much you knowing that person is sensitive. Or if you don't know they're sensitive, sugarcoat that shit. Like, honestly, like, because you have to come in with a thought, that thinking how they might take it. And hopefully the way that you say it is not the way that they don't take it a wrong way. And that's going to be the hardest thing till we die as humans, dude. There's no way we're always going to be perfect. We're going to say things to everyone, and they're going to take it a certain way, and then we have to remember, or they're going to say something to us, and like, what did you mean by that? What I tried really hard is, if someone messages me and I don't understand what they mean by it, I say, what do you mean by that text? Because if I don't do that, I'm taking it a certain way for some weird reason. Yes. And it's just like, again, programmed. You're just all of a sudden you're defensive.
We're assuming, yes. That funny thing that you bring that up, because now I'm always like detailed, right? They tell me something, even though I kind of get what they're trying to say, I do the same thing. What do you mean? Oh, this and that. What about that? What's that? There's a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like, pass me that thing. What thing? There's a lot of things. The phone, the candle, the fucking remote. Dude, know? So I do that shit too. Oh my God. I want to make sure it's nice in detail. So if they change the story or there's something to go back at, it's right there. Yeah. But why do you think people take it personal though? Like,
because they don't want to. the one of the biggest reasons that I've learned that why people take things personal is because they believe so much in their beliefs that they feel they have to engrave into their own beliefs. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that, if you watch, you know, an easy way to like, a good analogy, watch the news. They will make you, because they believe a certain thing and they push that, you know, they push fucking whatever they want you to see. They want you to believe that, right? And if you don't agree with that, then all of a sudden there's something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. So they want to. I don't know if there's for dividing on that note, but for people, like, to bring it back to like just people, like, why do they take it personal? Is I really believe that they just want you to they want you to believe so much in their beliefs for some reason, and they think that they're right or that the way they think is right, and they don't know how to accept that, you know, maybe there's another opinion that's just as valid, or they don't think your opinion or your beliefs is stronger than theirs. Yeah. And it's the way they grew up, you know. I at the end of the day, I think that if they would step back and say, hey, just like we are, be a little bit more open-minded and say, hey, it's okay that you had your opinion, I had mine, and that's great and that's totally fine, without digging deeper into it, we would save so much time on arguments. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it's always like good to acknowledge it. Like, I agree, like you said, you know, I agree with your opinion, but this is my opinion. This is what I think.
That should be it.
If they don't correlate, if they're not together, or they're not thinking the same thing, or we don't agree at all, like not even 1%, that's still fine. Like, shake hands and keep going with the conversation.
I think it just, I don't know. Maybe we're just easy going because we're just, you know, and maybe we're just okay with other opinions. You have to be okay with that. And maybe it takes a while for people to start learning that. And maybe, you know, from this, someone might learn and we might get a freaking 1,000 views. Yeah. But I really wish that people would just, you know, be okay with opinions, because I hate that feeling. And I don't even like saying the word hate, but I really dislike the feeling of me giving my opinion and then feeling that they either, one, took it wrong, or two, they are now upset because I didn't believe in their beliefs, or I don't believe the way, like, you know, the same exact thing as them. And it doesn't make it right or wrong. We're just opinionated. Yes. We're strongly opinionated. Get it out there and be okay with someone else's opinion. Especially if you ask for that shit, dude.
Yeah. I agree. Oh, man. And you know what? And especially like nowadays, people, like, we're so easy like to assume things, right? Yep. We ask for opinions, or people are giving out their opinions, but we're so like, I don't want to say scared, but they won't stand up to it, to their own opinions. If you're telling me something and I disagree, I'm going to keep it to myself, and then I'm going to take it home and start having different thoughts about you. You know what I mean? True. As in like, this guy thinks he's a shit. This guy thinks he's smarter than me. Instead, what we need to do is, just, no, I disagree with you. And this is, you know, kind of like just having a fucking friendly conversation, or like a friendly argument, pointing out each other's opinions, and that's it. You know, people take trust me, because I think I've seen it, or it's happening, where people think whatever you're saying or you're doing, it's like it's right, and then they take it with them and they start saying shit like, oh, well, this guy thinks he's a shit, or this guy's doing this, or this guy's doing that, like, he's dumb, he's this, that's not even right. Instead of just coming up to me and be like, yo, dude, I disagree, maybe you should do this, this is what I think.
Right. Well, you think it would be that simple, but it's honestly not. Some people just won't do that. And I mean, I guess it depends on what the situation is, because, you know, sometimes we don't ask for opinions and we're given them. And I'm just like, I always try to say that, you know, I didn't ask for the fucking opinion. Mm-hmm. I really didn't. And if I do, that's when I want it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like if you do that, it may help or it may not help. Because I try to do that where I'm just saying like, well, I didn't really ask for your opinion, but thank you. And I still took your opinion in. But it wasn't what I'm trying to do. Yeah, but if I'm ever sitting down, let's say, and I'm working on something, I'm like, Daniel, what's your opinion on this? I generally want to know, right? But if I'm not doing that, then that means I freaking don't freely give out opinions. Which, yes and no, because you can still do that, and I can be like, oh, shit. Like you said, if you create that conflict where you're like, oh, shit, that you're right. Like, I could have done that, or I should have done this. Then that freaking changes things, because... So it goes hand in hand. I don't know how much it goes hand in hand, but sometimes stating your opinion without being asked, like, matters too. because then sometimes you're like, I would have never noticed that if you never told me. So it goes back to just, I guess, maybe having a stronger open mind, being okay with opinions.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't think a lot of people have that.
And just learning how to communicate, bro, because this is a thing. We see it in relationships and friendships and like even with fucking family, right? Where people right away they get close, like they get close, they're close-minded, but they don't hear what they want to hear, like their brain shuts off and they go defensive mode, and whatever you say, it's defensive.
Yeah.
You're attacking them, and they're not communicating, bro. And same thing, like if she's going on with the relationship with your partner, talk to them like, yo, what's going on? This is what I think. Again, explain your point of view, let them explain their point of view, and try to find a common ground. If not, then at least you guys communicate it, try to fix the situation, shut it off, and then keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. People don't know how to communicate.
I think part of the communication is not just that, because I feel like you can sit down with, like, you know, with anyone and have a conversation and have your opinion and say, okay, well, you don't agree with me and I disagree with you, and to find a common, there is like sometimes you can find that common ground, and other times maybe it's, okay, I understand how you feel. Exactly. And you explain back to them how they felt, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, this is how I feel. And you have to explain to them maybe more than once in a different way, where they're like, oh, I understand, I get it now. Yeah. And sometimes it takes a little bit more time and patience, which we don't sometimes have. Sometimes we just snap. Like it depends on the day, depends how much patience you got left in your system. And some days are, you know, better than others, but you can always come back to it. But you have to sit there and be like, is this worth an argument? If yes, then continue, like maybe continue. But in most cases, it's important that you continue that conversation, because, you know, you can find an outcome if you just continue to have that, like, understanding conversation. No one's getting angry. We're trying to explain each other's point of views. We're trying to make you understand how we feel. We always try to do that. You always want someone else to understand how you feel. So again, maybe it's just like not explaining it the same way, but, you know, putting them in that situation, maybe it can help.
With examples and stuff. Yeah, I agree, dude, because at the end, like, cause when I do that, we end up being better, you know?
Yes.
Like, relationship-wise, friendship-wise, even with my siblings, like, when I explain to them, and like you said, you know, I explain to them in their own way so they can understand me, then they have, like, a better understanding of what I'm saying, of how I felt, and me, and vice versa, right? And then things just work out better. You know, we're happier, we're closer, we're nothing but positive things come after properly communicating. Because you solved it
at that point. Yeah, you have to.
Even if we didn't solve it, we didn't agree, but we know how each other, like how we felt, and then you just see the person differently now. You know what I mean?
I guess what happened in that situation when you saw the common ground was that you both saw each other's point of views and you both understood it, and then you're just like, oh, okay, this feels so much better now. Now I understand how they felt, they understand how I felt, and now we're happier because we can move forward. And now it's not in the back of your mind for 2 weeks saying this motherfucker.
Exactly, dude, and that's what people do. You know, like they just.
I'm guilty of that. I used to do that a lot. I'm really
me too. That's why.
So I think I still do it sometimes, and I have to voice myself. If I learn anything from therapy, it's fucking say what you have to say and don't keep it bottled in. Because I do that.
Because eventually, if you hold it, then, like, you know, it's like a fucking.
You're going fucking crazy, dude. You start freaking just getting anxiety because you just want to, like, you feel like no one's ever gonna listen to you because it's not their fault. You're just not, like, you know, addressing your problems, or you're not, and it doesn't make you weak. You know, it doesn't make anyone a man weak just for explaining, like, how he feels and his emotions. It just makes him stronger because it makes you stronger with your parents. If you're frustrated with them, makes you stronger with your relationship. If you have, if your partner does not understand you, and it makes it even stronger with siblings by just being open and having a conversation. Just that's it. Be open-minded, and don't try not to be offended by it, because they're just, you know, unless they're attacking you physically, that's another story.
Yeah.
But if they're trying to, like, come from an understanding point of love, you know, quote unquote, like I'm saying this out of love kind of thing, then maybe you have to sit down and have that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, and at the end, because I do say that, like, I just want whoever I'm talking to be better, you know?
Yeah.
Like to my partner, to my little sister, like, yes, I just want you to be better. It might sound like I'm being a dick or I'm being mean or rude, but it's just for them to be better, because I know how it feels to be fucking, like, to be let down, or to be or to failed, or to whatever it is, like any negative shit. I know I've been there before, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I get like frustrated when they don't see my point of view. But and then it comes to, I have to explain to them differently, so
again
they can understand.
And again, until they get it one day after another.
But yeah, man, it's a great topic, because every individual is different, you know. And I believe they shouldn't take any thoughts or any negative stuff with them. They should always talk to the person, you know, because if you keep them to yourself, you're gonna end up even being depressed, dude. Because, you know, like, your head could fuck with you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
man.
Like crazy, dude. So
you can create stories in your head, just like we said earlier. You can have a 5-minute argument with yourself.
Yeah, dude.
You can have, if you keep it all in, you fight with yourself, because your body, your spirit wants to let it out. Your spirit wants to be heard. Your spirit wants to be loved, and we have to let it out. And if we keep it bottled in, you're just going to conflict with yourself. So now your brain and your spirit are fighting each other.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like, at the end of the day, when you're having those arguments by yourself, or you're having those thoughts, like those negative thoughts, your mind is creating them, but your spirit and your heart don't want them. And then when it conflicts, right? And then you're just arguing with yourself all day, and it just makes you unhappy.
Yeah.
So hopefully you do, if what people can do and what they can learn, you know, from all of this is be open-minded, speak your opinion when you feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Don't keep shit in. Try to find a solution. All these things are like small tools, like, you know, that you can help with your communication. And I think that's going to be the big word of this episode is communication. It turned out to be the biggest thing we talked about. It's like not communicating correctly, like tips and tools that you can have that just help you maybe just, you know, be better.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's how I want for you, for myself, for everyone around me, and for the audience whoever's watching, you know, just to be better. Because if you change yourself and you're better, then you start, you know, domino effect. Everyone around you starts being better, and so on. And now you could change the fucking world, and that's what we want, you know, one person at a time. So just, like you said, just communicate, be open-minded, and don't take anything home, you know. All the negative stuff, leave them where you picked it up at, and express how you feel, you know. If the only way for you to communicate or tell someone is to sugarcoat it, then do it. But let it out, tell them, you know. And then if you're kind of like raw like me, like doesn't care, just spit out the fact, then do that as well. Whatever works for you, but just be better and help other people be better.
Seriously, I really like that what you said there. Pick up the negative, or wherever you picked up that negative, like drop it there or leave it there.
Yeah.
Damn, that's probably gonna stick with me this week. I might have to use that one this week.
Also, I want to like when you're eating like junk food or just like crazy, what happens an hour or two later?
Use the restroom.
You have to use the restroom. You're not gonna hold all that nasty stuff in you.
Yeah.
Right.
Your body wants it straight out. Yeah.
Same thing with your thoughts. All those negative thoughts, they have to go out. You know what I mean?
I have to think about that next time I'm in the restroom. Negative thoughts come out with this.
Well, obviously, you're not gonna let them out in the restroom, but like, you know, just how just how you consume negative stuff, and you have to let them out. Same thing with your thoughts.
I love that. That's a great analogy, man. Hell yeah, man. All right. Well, fucking thanks again.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, fucking for that.
It's always fun doing this, dude. Even though we always start like fucking not knowing what we're gonna talk about.
Or it came out to be freaking the best communication conversation ever.
And we're always improving, you know. We're always trying to find things to even communicate better with you guys, especially myself, you know, with you guys, with everyone. So just be better. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment if you haven't commented. I'm going to probably post another clip in the beginning of this, or take this clip and do that as well, so you guys know. Please comment your thoughts. If you have any negative or positive, we don't care. We take it. And, you know, just try to be better. Try to communicate better this week. Take anything from this episode. Please just try to communicate better with whoever you're doing. Again, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and just be happy. Be better. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.